Yo, what's good guys, Remarkable 3 to you from the Nintendo Network. And yes, I know I sound really fucking weird right now. It's pissing me off myself. But yeah, I'm sick, I'm really sick, so that's the reason why I haven't uploaded it in a while. Actually, as of me recording this, I'm not going to upload it for a decent bit of time because I'm actually going to be on holiday. So I'm pre-recording some videos for you guys so that you still have content and you still get to see me talk about Rellsies. But yeah, so I guess you can tell once again this video is about Rellsies. And today I'm actually doing something a bit different. I'm going to be going over your guys' suggestions that you've posted in the Rell server, and I'm going to be going through the good ones. And then after reading through them, I'm going to go over which ones I think will probably get into the game the most and which ones have the highest chance of actually ending up in the game. So now before we do get into the video, I just want to say the support on the previous videos has actually been crazy. My most recent video is probably I think my second best video that's I've uploaded so far, so that's insane. And once again, I'd really appreciate if you guys could sub, like, comment. I'd really appreciate it all because by the end of the year, I'm trying to reach 500 subs. And I think currently I'm at 460. So if you guys can help me reach that goal, then I really appreciate it. Okay, so to start things off, we got a suggestion from the Rell game server from... And I'm not even going to try to pronounce this guy's name. I'm just going to put it on screen. But this one's about maps and cartography. So now, if you couldn't be asked to read this, I'll give you a quick rundown, a quick TLDR. And basically what they want is there to be cartography in the game. So the way it will work is that there's different papers, different levels of paper which allow for different levels of detail, and with different levels of paper are all with different rarities. So now with the higher tiers of paper, they want there to be more detail that you can put onto the maps so that you can see much more about the place where you're at. For example, a low level paper won't let you add much. The most you'll be able to get out of it is like a big island that everyone can see. However, a high level one will let you see small islands, rocks, tides, stuff like that. Another thing they want is that they want the maps to be able to get damaged. So for example, they can get water damage, they can get fire damage, and depending on the rarity or the quality of the paper, their resistance will be different. So now another thing they want is that the maps are able to be sold. I really like the idea of maps being able to be sold because then it offers a whole new layer of like merchants, of being able to sell stuff. It adds something to the trade value of a game that we've never seen before, and it also makes something that anyone can do. Anyone can do this, but it just it requires a lot more effort than a lot of other things. So it would actually have a positive impact on the game's economy. Another really good idea that came from this suggestion is that Marines have different types of maps compared to the pirates. Because with the Marine ones, you can see where the different bases for the Marines are, you can see the outposts, you can see stuff that a pirate wouldn't be able to see usually. So now this suggestion also actually goes into details about a lot of other things. It talks on how to prevent people from just looking up the maps online. They actually have a really good idea for this, and that is making it similar to the maps in Minecraft. So if you haven't seen Minecraft, the map basically shows you where you are, and the map basically revolves around you. And with this suggestion, they basically want the same thing. However, it only does that if you have a log pose. And not only will this prevent people from just stealing it online, but it would also make it so that you have more of a reason to use one because it gives you like a more precise location of where you actually are. So now overall, I'll say that this is actually a really good suggestion. I really like the ideas that have been put into this. And I can genuinely see this coming into the game. I can really see this being in the game. I think it would add a lot of stuff to the game. I think it would make the game much more fun. It would give you much more to do. And also it would actually give you more of a reason to actually go for the navigator role so that you actually have more subclass. Because I'm not gonna lie, I really don't want the roles in this game just to be something that you progress for the sake of progressing them. I want them to be there for actually having a reason. Like for example, if you go down the thieving class, then I want you to actually do it for a sake or something. Like you get to open up more chests, you have more access to more chests, and you just get to do more than someone who you wouldn't go down that class. And once again, I really do like the idea of selling maps because if you look at any other game on Roblox, the economy is fucked. Like, look at Deep Woken, look at GPO, any game where there's trading and selling, I feel like the economy just isn't good. And I think that through having a way of making something that anyone can make it, but there's only certain tiers to it and there's certain ways that you can sell it, I think it would just impact the economy a lot and it would be an overall good impact. And yeah, I really hope this does get into the game. Okay, so once again, we've got another sneak, and this is from a random guy in the Rell server. I think his name's like Announce Ricks or something. But here it is on screen. And so once again, if you couldn't be asked to read this, which I don't know how, it's really short. But if you didn't, then here's the TLDR. They basically want the oceans to have a bunch of different details in them, different stuff inside of them, so that when you're actually going through them, it actually has much more life. For example, having sunken ships, caves, like fishman cities, different treasure, all that stuff, skeletons, that would add a lot to the game. And once again, I feel like this is a really good suggestion. So now upon reading through that suggestion, it actually made my mind go to something, and that was Minecraft. Because I don't know if you remember, but a while ago we received an update for Minecraft that updated the oceans, and that did so much for the game because it added so much to the life of it and it made you actually want to explore them. For example, during this update they added a bunch of things, with one of them being shipwrecks and coral. And just them two alone, they added so much to the game. They added so much more things to do to the game. And I think having this in Rell Seas is going to help a lot, because once again, the game is heavily made in it's like 90% of the map is sea, 90% of the map is water. And I don't want it to be like every other game of Roblox where the water is just a glorified kill box, or it's just something that you can swim through, because it's just boring. It adds nothing to the game. Even with games that try to make their water like interesting and stuff, it just isn't. Like, look at D-Woken. All you see in that game is like a boss spawning every once in a while, or an enemy spawning in the water every once in a while, and it does nothing for the game. It really doesn't. So now I pray this actually gets into the game, and part of the reason why I think it will is because in this game you can actually dive. You can dive down. There's different layers of the water. I think there's 7 different layers, and I think that all the depths, there's 7 layers of the depths. And I don't see a reason why there's diving in the game without there being detail to the oceans. I really don't see the reason. And I think having detail in the ocean will actually give you a incentive to actually dive down, go deeper, find more stuff. And yeah, it just will impact the game really positively. Okay, so and on to the final suggestion of the video, because my throat is really starting to hurt. But this one is actually a really hot take, and it is no private servers. Also, this one's brought to us by Premium NFL. Shout out to NFL. I think he's got a video coming out soon on Juice to Infinite if it's not already out. But if he has uploaded it, then I'll put a link to it in the description or some shit. But yeah. So once again, if you couldn't be able to read it, here's a TLDR of me basically just glancing over it. And it is that they don't want private servers to be in the game because, one, it encourages exploiting, because in a private server you're not getting caught if you're exploiting. In addition to this, Rell Seas is a game made about One Piece, and One Piece is a game that is entirely about meeting people. It's about exploring, finding new stuff, and that just doesn't blend too well in a private server. Okay, so now with this suggestion, I'm actually kind of 50-50 with this, or more like 60-40. And that 60% is not having private servers in the game. Because with private servers, once again, yes, it does heavily influence exploiting, and that's something that we don't want in Rell Seas. And I know Roblox has made it so that exploiting is really hard to do now. They've shut it down a lot, and that's good. However, it is still very much a thing. It is still very much there, and exploiting is just going to be way easier in private servers. In addition to this, I also think that private servers kill a lot of the community aspects of a game. Like, whenever a game adds in a new thing where it's just you secluded away from other people, it kills the game. It really does. And with me, a large part of the fun for Roblox games come from actually meeting people, talking to people in game, and especially when it's One Piece based. And if you know me, I like to share on GPO quite a bit. But when I did play GPO, a lot of my time was spent on Shell Sound, just talking to people and fighting people. And I feel like that was the peak of the game, because you actually spent time just getting to meet people. You came across new characters, new people. And that was really fun about the game. That was the most fun I've ever had on a One Piece. And that was the most fun I've ever had on a Roblox One Piece game. So now, say if private servers did make it into Rell Seas, which they have a decent chance of getting in, I just hope that they get in with 0 progression. I hope that you can't progress inside of them, so they're purely there for the sake of like doing PvP and stuff like that. Because doing PvP in private servers can get pretty annoying. I understand you get third party quite a lot. And that's the only way I can see private servers being inside of Rell Seas. I can just see them being there as a thing for private servers, for events in the actual Rell game server, for staff, and stuff like that. But hey, that practically concludes the video. I really do hope you guys enjoyed. Once again, I'm really sorry for the way my voice sounds right now. It is completely fucked. It's pissing me off myself, and I know it sounds really scuffed. But hey, you'll probably only have to hear me like this for like one more upload after this one. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Please drop me a like, a comment, a sub. It all goes a really long way. And I'll see you guys in the next one in a bit.